alltalk, the Geekbox community podcast. This is episode 52? 52. 52?
52.
For the week of January 28th, 2013. I forgot which one it was because I wasn't here last week. I'm Dakazu from the forums, and who else is with us?
Mr. X,
Seamus,
And Totoro.
Hey guys, I'm back from the Congo.
How was the Congo?
how's Marlo?
did you find any diamonds?
It was pretty bad. I had to burn some leeches off my body in inappropriate places.
Did you find a silverback gorilla running around with a thing that did the sign language talkie thing?
Or did you at least find dead Bruce Campbell?
No.
Or did you find that $6.50 that I spent on that movie when I went and saw it in the theater?
That was pretty sad.
You saw that in the theater? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I feel so bad for you.
Well, I think that there was there was a point in time right after I just had gotten my license, and when you're a teenager and you work on the Friday, Saturday nights a lot, and then so you have a little bit of money, but you don't have a whole lot to spend it on at that point in time. So I would go and see every movie that would come out.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a sad individual.
Well, Seamus is here.
Yes, I am.
Hi, Seamus.
Hello.
Has it been a while since Seamus was on?
Before Christmas,
Um,
anyway.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So how's Ireland?
It's raining a lot, as expected. This week it's just been a shitload of rain, non-stop nearly, the bastards.
Okay, well, before we started recording, I had a terrible idea that we get reactions from people to this thing on Sean Elliott's Twitter that says never click this.
Are we starting with this?
I think we should.
Well, you saw it,
Start strong.
and
Yeah.
Seamus saw it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's loading.
It's loading.
But I'll
think
be
you're
honest.
regretting it could be worse.
Yeah, honestly, you said this. I don't know if we're gonna even mention this on podcast. I'm not gonna describe this.
You should not describe it.
I should not describe it at all. It is not fit for podcast material. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
I will say there is duct tape.
To be honest,
Okay.
it sounded like you just came long and slowly the second you saw it.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
Okay. Well, that is an image.
Are we gonna post this link in the form?
No, what?
No.
People are gonna wonder what it is. I guess you can just look under Sean Elliott's Twitter and find the one where he says, "Don't ever click this."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen worse things on his Twitter.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I feel like if you follow Sean Elliott on Twitter long enough, you just get desensitized. It's
Yeah,
like video
he
game violence.
desensitized me to the internet.
I wonder what Darfox's reaction would be to this. But unfortunately, he's not gonna be with us for sometimes. Well, more infrequently, I would say, because he got a job.
This is good news
Congratulations.
that he's not going to
Yeah.
be on because he
Yeah.
has a job.
Congratulations, Darfox.
Hashtag Darfox hype.
That
Yeah,
was
but we're
really
gonna
funny.
Think of all the Jackie Chan and Metal Gear Solid talk that's going to be gone.
I'll try to make up for it with Jackie Chan and Metal Gear Solid talk.
I appreciate that.
How awesome would it be if Jackie Chan was in Metal Gear Solid?
Oh man, mind blown.
Yeah,
Jackie Chan
that'll make
plays Solid Snake.
that would make Darfox's head just I could just see them, his head would just explode.
Seamus, I think you're thinking too small. I think Jackie Chan would have to play every character Eddie Murphy style, from the Nutty Professor.
I don't know. I can see him playing old Snake at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4. He'd have to be he couldn't be young. He'd have to be old and wise.
He could play Ocelot and Liquid and Big Boss,
No, I don't want him to play any of the main characters. I want him to play all the bosses.
like all the lady bosses from 4.
Exactly. It's all variations of Jackie Chan.
I was gonna say he dressed up as Chun-Li in a movie once, so I think he'd be okay with that.
And he was wearing a dress in Super Cop 2.
Anything for the laughs. But yeah, Darfox will still be on. It's just he won't be a regular as much anymore, which is a shame.
Miss.
Mm-hmm. He should be here
Seamus.
next week.
Possibly.
There.
Yeah,
Thank you, Totoro.
We'll talk more about next week at the end of the podcast. I do want to mention
some dogs.
Yeah, let's ignore the dog downstairs that's barking. I do want to talk about when people want to join our podcast, instead of instead of mentioning the forums, why don't you just tweet us at alltalk podcast? That way, you don't have to sign up for the forums if you don't want to. You can just tweet us. Much easier.
Yeah. And don't forget, Dakazu will also read any tweet.
Lies.
Any tweet.
Lies. Shall we get into the big deal, the big news? It's a very big news week.
It is.
THQ is gone.
Wait, that's the big news?
About time.
Yeah, THQ.
It's big news
gone.
for me. I know you're thinking about the other big news, but we'll get to that. I want to start with the gaming news, because Company Heroes 2 is so important.
Done.
I know it's done, but my initial reaction to hearing that they got bought up by Sega was like, Sega? I'm worried.
Yeah, Dakazu, you had a major meltdown on the Mumble server.
I was concerned.
But Sega is the number one publisher of real-time strategy games.
Oddly enough, they are now, because all that's left, they have Creative Assembly, who are the number 2 turn-based people, and Relic is kind of the number 2 RTS. All that's left is Blizzard and Firaxis, who have Take-Two. To be honest, all I wanted was either Sega or Bethesda to buy them. I was either one of them, it'll be okay.
I appreciate that you put Relic above Blizzard.
Well, no,
he said they're the number 2.
Relic is the number 2, but because Blizzard and Firaxis are still bigger than Creative Assembly and Relic, even though I prefer Creative Assembly and Relic's games.
Me too.
But I think the biggest news coming out of that is now Company Heroes 2 is going to be a Genesis exclusive.
Master System.
That's how they launched the Dreamcast 2.
Blast processing.
I would get the Dreamcast 2, no matter what. Also, it's kind of funny, Seamus, that you said you wanted either Sega or Bethesda, because Bethesda was the second place bidder on it, on Relic.
Yeah, well, they're the only ones I could think of, because EA and Activision would never bother doing it. Take-Two maybe, but I don't think they have the money for it.
Well, EA does put out some RTS games.
Well, they have Command and Conquer, but that series kind of has gone to shit sales-wise and critically-wise in the last game, and they're redoing that studio. And then it was well, Take-Two already have their stuff in the works. And Bethesda just buy random PC developers anyways.
Yeah, you said that Sega would be a good fit. The only thing we might expect now is a yearly update to Company Heroes, expansion packs, like they did with Total War.
Yeah, because with Total War, it's main game, we'll say Medieval 2 Kingdoms, Empire Total War Napoleon. The only thing is, though, they might do it. It could be Company of Heroes sequel to expansion to Company Heroes, and then it could be Dawn of War expansion back to Company Heroes, or they could make a third franchise. Because I
think you're forgetting about Space Marine.
Oh,
I like Space Marine.
Yeah, but they could split it off to a seperate studio though. And the weird thing is, Creative Assembly actually did 2 games what would you call them, action not RTS, action
character
games
action games.
Yeah, one was a Viking game, and the other, which was not great, and the other one was set in metal. It was you're a Spartan fighting against Rome, and it was kind of what are those fucking things? Not Dragon Warrior. Warriors Orochi. What's the name of that thing?
Dynasty
where you just kill a lot of guys.
Dynasty
really
Warriors.
Easy. Yeah, it's like that except harder.
Didn't that Viking game just come out on Steam a few months ago?
What did?
The Viking game. I think it just came out on...
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that wasn't as good as Spartan Total Warrior.
Looking it up. Yep, just came out on Steam October, which is weird because that game came out in 2007 or 6 or something.
We can all be happy that Relic is safe, unlike Virgil.
Vigil, why? Vigil, no one bought Vigil with our Darksiders.
Yeah, they're gone now, right? It's gone.
Yeah. Well, someone will pick up the Darksiders rights, because why wouldn't they? Because it's free money. Because right now, Darksiders 1 and 2 will be pulled from Steam, because there's no publisher attached to it, so no one will be getting money from it. So someone will get the rights, they'll take THQ's name off it, put their name on, and put it back on Steam, and then it's free money.
Who'd buy it? If they bought them, would they make a game, or would they just take the money from Darksiders? Because surely if they're buying it, they want to use it themselves.
You'd think. I mean, I could see some small company doing it if it's just for the money from the existing games. But the rumor was Platinum wanted them. wanted Darksiders. Platinum Games, you know, the guys that made Bayonetta and Metal Gear
That'd be-
Rising: Revengeance.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be weird. Well, it'd be like a way different game if they were doing it.
Yeah, because they make character action games, and Darksiders isn't really a character action game. It's a Zelda clone.
Well, the combat is.
It's like a Zelda clone with character action combat, but that's only part of the game, and that isn't something that I don't think Platinum has ever done.
Yeah, maybe they're interested and they're fans of Darksiders. Who knows?
Yeah, it would be nice if they did, because then at least Darksiders would still live in some way, although it would be completely different. I wish someone would have bought Vigil, because they were a good studio.
What else did they make besides Darksiders? Was that it?
I think that's
Yeah.
it.
They had a game in the
they're a
works.
young company. They didn't have a lot of, clout, I guess. And I know Darksiders 2 didn't do as good as Darksiders 1. I don't even know if Darksiders 1 did that well when it came out.
I think it sold like 2 million copies or something.
But didn't, it was like a slow burn. It, eventually started building a lot of hype, and, people talked about how good it was, after the fact it came out.
Yeah, I mean, when the month it came out, it debuted at number 10 on the MPD charts, which isn't
I think
bad.
January of 2 or 3 years ago it came out.
Yeah, it was January. I think 2009. I want to say maybe 10.
Well,
It's-
what about... Oh, sorry.
But some other studios did get picked up, like THQ Montreal, that was headed up by Patrice.
He's back at
Who was-
Ubisoft.
Yeah, he was the lead on the Assassin's Creed series for 1 and 2, and then he left to go to THQ to make a new game, and now Ubisoft just bought his studio and him. He
So
got
it's like a
Jeff
Jeff-
Greened.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like a Jeff Green getting... leaving EA, going to PopCap, and then PopCap being bought up by EA.
Exactly. But they also got the new IP that he was working on, so I wonder if they're going to keep making that IP, or if they're just going to put him back on Assassin's Creed.
I was going to say they'd hold him hostage, be like, look, you fix Assassin's Creed, and we'll let you make this game.
A lot of people... I know you really enjoyed it, X, but a lot of people seem kind of varying opinions on Assassin's Creed 3.
It is not perfect, and I would say it is the third best Assassin's Creed, considering there's been 5. So it's right in the middle. Brotherhood and 2 being better. It was not terrible. It needed focus and incentive for doing things that wasn't there. But we've talked about Assassin's Creed before.
Right.
Ubisoft also got the South Park game. They're going to be publishing that.
I wonder if we'll hear any more news about how, the South Park guys, they wanted to originally buy back their game.
Yep.
And then pick their own publisher, or maybe just publish it themselves. But I know there was a lawsuit involved. And, they said THQ owed them money, so I wonder if we'll hear further news about that.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe this is the end of it.
What do you think about Volition? And what was the Metro? It's going to be coming out by
Koch Media.
Yeah, or they're known as Deep Silver, right? For their
Yeah,
gaming
it's their game publishing thing. The publisher behind
Island.
Yeah. That should be interesting. I think that it's a better fit than some... I think it's better than EA or Activision, because they would make them... I have a feeling they would have made them change the tone of Saints Row. Try to make it more mainstream and more in line with, GTA, instead of just being ridiculous and funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this company might stay out of Volition's way and let them do what they want, because they're going to be the star of the show over there, instead of just another piece of the puzzle at a bigger studio.
No,
Or
hopefully.
publisher.
And they definitely put a lot of ad dollars into Dead Island.
Dead Island sold well.
Yeah, and so hopefully they'll have, the publishing power to back up whatever Volition does next. And I hope it's another Saints Row.
I hope
I
they
You're
also
gonna
got Red Faction.
Really? You're going to bring that up? I was about to say no on Red Faction.
Did you play
Red Faction
Gorilla?
Gorilla was pretty good.
Gorilla, yeah.
Volition made Gorilla.
Yeah, I know, but they also made this follow-up.
Yeah, then they probably had their B team do it in their spare time while they were making Saints Row the Third. I would like to see Gorilla 2 next gen. Have it be like Red Faction, Gorilla 2, Saints Row the Fourth, all in one game.
How about you play Red Faction Guerrilla in Saints Row?
That could work.
Like you go to Mars and it's a prequel.
That'd be good. And then there's a big giant city, and then you can destroy everything.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
That game had the best explosions.
They just need to take the Red Faction Guerrilla destructible environment and stick it in Saints Row and let you like just level the entire city.
I don't think they could have done that in the current gen stuff, because that would have just destroyed the frame rate with a big giant city like that, just all crumbling.
There was what was the game that came out? I'm trying to think. It had like a bunch of mercenaries. You pick between
Resident Evil Mercenaries.
You pick between three of them.
Or Far Cry 2.
Is it called Mercenaries? Like it was. The main guy was like he had like a faux hawk and he was French. And he wore
you're
glasses.
on about Mercenaries.
It is called Mercenaries.
Sure
okay.
Yeah, there was like Mercenaries. One was set in like North Korea, and I think there was the second Mercenaries, which was 3 or 4 years ago.
What was that one game called with the Mercenaries?
Venezuela?
Oh, Mercenaries.
Yeah, it's actually called Mercenaries. That's the most original titles. Actually, I remember
that game had a lot of it had the destructibility aspect too, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah. But something else interesting is 2K got the rights to the new Turtle Rock game. Turtle Rock being the developer that created the first Left 4 Dead. Well, technically it was Valve too, because Valve bought Turtle Rock and then they put their own people in it with them. So it was like a collaboration.
I thought those people were still over at Valve. I didn't realize they...
Valve bought them, but then they wanted to be set free, so Valve, being cool, Gabe Newell said, okay, and let them go. And they reformed Turtle Rock. Valve is cool.
Oh, does anybody know anything about the game? I think it's called Evolve.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I have no idea what I have no idea what it even is. I assume it's a multiplayer first-person shooter, probably co-op. Might have some zombies in it. AI director, perhaps. Might be a level where you have to run through a cornfield.
It's just going to be called Left to Die.
Left 5 alive.
Is there anything else about THQ going away? I think it's sad. It's sad. I wish THQ didn't go away.
I don't know. I'm going to think, wasn't it this time last year, it was kind of like, yeah, THQ probably not going to be around too much longer. They lasted longer than I thought they would.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Take-Two was in bad shape as well?
Not that bad.
Or am I thinking of something else?
Take-Two didn't invest, what was it, $5 million on a totally failed product?
More like 500.
There you go,
million.
500 million in a failed product.
Yeah, that was bad. Stupid U-Draw.
What's going to happen to all those U-Draws in that warehouse?
They're gonna end up with the ET Atari cartridges.
Yeah, they're gonna end up in a hole in the desert somewhere.
Yeah, speaking of that, Atari declared bankruptcy again as well this week.
Yep. You guys want to go in and try to get the rights to Pong? I can chip in $10.
I don't know that we needed anything else. I mean, that $10 could do it.
Pong? I mean, just the licensing for T-shirts
Pong the game
alone.
Is worthless. What about putting a Pong symbol on a T-shirt? That's where all the money is.
The Pong symbol, so a little gray bar.
Yeah, don't you mean the Atari symbol, Seamus?
I'm assuming there's Pong T-shirts as well and other games that airs.
Yeah, I mean, you could put Pong on a T-shirt.
I wouldn't buy that.
You could put the original arcade art on a T-shirt. Would you buy that?
I think I might leave that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that silence in there.
I was gonna say, I think that silence is an indication that it's time to move on.
Okay, just so people know what the original Pong arcade art was. It was a yellow box with black writing that said Pong just at the top. It was bad.
And and the original dials, they weren't big paddles. It was just a dial.
For a ceiling
stove.
fan or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
I can't believe... Oh, man.
How could people play that? I'm glad I wasn't born to see that.
I bet you they probably thought it was the coolest thing ever. We're just,
Maybe.
jaded because we were born long after that.
Well, not long after, but after.
Okay, I was born long after it.
Baby.
Just like Cross.
Oh gosh, that was 1972. I for some reason I think that was closer to 1977, 1978.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, that was 10 years before I was born.
Wow. But then again, it would seem like a really big revolution to go from Pong in like 1977 to like
Mario
in
'85.
Well, no, I was thinking Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga in 1982.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
true.
those two came out in '82.
That is true.
Space Invaders was '78.
Do you guys want to get the Space Invaders license, or is that not Atari?
That's
It's Activision. Oh,
I thought that was like Konami or something.
Taito. It's Taito, so it's Square Enix.
Of course.
They own everything.
No, they don't.
I was actually half thinking they'd surely buy something in that THQ auction.
Yeah, I was thinking so too. Like, I kind of thought they might want to go after Saints Row, but they already have a couple of open world games, so they didn't really need another one. You know, they already have
Eidos.
Yeah, they have Sleeping Dogs, and they also have Just Cause.
Wait. Say their name again, Dakazu?
Eidos?
Eidos.
Eidos.
It's Eidos? Oh.
Or is it Eidos or is it Eidos? I don't know.
I think it's Eidos.
Yeah, Eidos. That's right.
EIDOS, right?
Yeah, Eidos.
Yeah.
Meh, whatever. Let's move on.
Square Enix Europe.
Squeenix. There's this movie trailer. I don't know if you guys... I know some of you have seen it. I don't know if Totoro has seen it.
Oh, Totoro Live Watch trailer.
Okay, here we go. This is my favorite segment of the podcast.
Okay, so the movie is...
The movie is...
Yes, someone else gonna say it?
The Knights of
I don't know
Badassdom.
what it is.
What is it, Seamus?
The Knights of Badassdom.
Yes. Peter Dinklage.
Also, Abed
from Community.
Mm-hmm. Steve Zahn?
Yep, and River from Firefly.
Summer Glau.
And Jason Stackhouse from True Blood.
I thought you were going to say Jason Statham there for a minute, and I was like, well, that...
Nope. He's not in this.
I think he's actually Australian.
Your man who
He's
played
British.
from True Blood.
Yeah, the guy from True
good.
Blood.
Yeah, he used to be in an Australian TV series called Home and Away, daytime soap. Still going. Half one, RT2 in Ireland. Sorry, half one, RT1.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, RT2.
So yeah, this movie looks super dumb.
Can we just talk about... I don't understand a word of what the hell Seamus just said.
He was talking
About the time that this show came on.
Yeah, and then saying that it was
in
still
Ireland.
Yeah, it's
Come
still
on.
Home and Away still on in Ireland. It's kind of like the equivalent of like Days of Our Lives or Guiding Light or The Young and the Restless.
A soap opera.
Okay.
Except it's Australian.
Okay.
So Totoro, are you watching this trailer?
No, no one linked me to it, so
Oh.
I'm looking for it.
There's a link.
Are we just
Yeah.
going to talk about this movie like while Totoro watches?
I was going to say, like, this movie, I'm pretty sure was done at least 2 years ago. Because I remember seeing a trailer for it
possible.
definitely last year. 2010 it began filming. In July of
Sounds
2010.
like a Cabin in the Woods situation. Cabin in the Woods was done years before it was out.
I was going to say, is it because Peter Dinklage is now more famous?
Could be.
I guess there is the True Blood guy.
And Steve Zahn and Abed and River.
Yeah, we said all those people. Like, it has a really good cast,
It's
but it basically...
TV superstars.
Yeah.
Is Steve Zahn a CV2 superstar? I only know him from
More movies and comedy.
I only know him from
He's
Treme.
on. He's
That's
on.
not
Yeah, Treme.
huge.
HBO.
Treme gets like less than 500,000 viewers, so I don't think that counts as famous.
But he's been in movies.
Mm-hmm.
He was in that one movie with Christian Bale, where they're like POWs.
Which one is that?
I forget the name.
Because I just recognize him from like comedies, like what was that movie?
Rescue Dawn, something like that.
He did a comedy with Jack Black and Jason Biggs, and they were all obsessed with Neil Diamond.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
It was okay.
But yeah, Rescue Dawn. Werner Herzog directed and wrote.
How old is that movie? I've never heard of it.
2006.
Huh? Not that old.
It's okay. It's not bad.
But this movie, Knights of Badassdom? Yes? Okay, it's basically like a bunch of LARPers get together, and they're, LARPing jokes. But then they end up summoning a demon. And then
There's
they
an
gotta
episode
fight
of
it.
Supernatural that just did that last week.
Yes, there is.
And I think
But it didn't have Peter Dinklage.
No, it did Felicia Day.
No, it didn't. That Felicia Day.
Who I'm willing to put at least a $5 down. She makes a guest appearance on Knights of Badassdom.
Well, this is from 2 years ago, so yeah, there's a good chance. She does anything, right?
Well, she does a lot of stuff.
She was on like Eureka, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was in Dollhouse. She was in an ad for Kellogg's a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And the League.
She does.
Wait,
And the Guild.
The Guild, that's what I meant. No, not the League, the Guild.
Okay.
So Totoro, how about that movie? Looks super dumb, right? Is it beyond
looks-
super dumb?
I might call it super bad.
There's already a movie called that.
Oh shit.
You didn't
No,
think it looked good?
It looks like something that I will wait for it to come out on DVD and or Blu-ray.
I doubt that this movie will be in theaters.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, then
Sure,
I'm
it'll get like
completely
some
fine.
bit of a release.
Yeah, it might be one of those movies where it's like a limited theatrical release, but also video on demand same day.
But
Yeah.
alright, is it better or worse than what was that movie? I don't know, is it even a real movie about like the fucking MLG Adam Sessler was in it, like the pro
I
gamer.
don't think that movie's out
tournament
yet.
thing. What was that called?
I don't think that's out yet.
Is it? Was that
don't
an
know what
actual
it's
movie in
called.
the first place?
Yeah. I remember watching a trailer for it
Yeah,
recently.
I'm gonna say Knights of Badassdom seems better than that for like
Yes, it
going
does,
at
way
extremely
better.
geeky movies. I don't know. I think Knights of
I'm just
Badassdom
thinking
could potentially be good if I feel like I'll either not really like it or I'll really like it depending on how it goes. Because it's like there's people in it I like.
I think Dinklage is going to carry the movie.
I kind of feel like I just want to see Summer Glau play River Tam.
So you want to watch Firefly or Serenity?
Yes.
You know,
I didn't
there's
Serenity so
you
much.
could
I
do
didn't really care for that. I didn't really care for Serenity, so yeah, just Firefly.
it's because you hated the way the characters were handled.
Stuff happened.
Oh my gosh, how many
maybe
times
a
are we going
little
to
bit.
bring this up on the podcast?
Oh, I'm
Every
just saying.
episode, Metal Gear.
Well, yeah, oh, God.
You
Every
just
time we
say what
mention
happens.
Firefly, it's like, hey, remember how Alan Tudyk just died? That sucked.
Spoilers.
I totally spoiled that. I'm sorry.
Shepard
was
For
really
a
bad.
movie that's how many years old?
No, but
Almost 10 at this point.
we should always say spoilers first. I apologize.
Spoilers in Titanic, the boat sinks.
There you go.
Spoilers for real life, the Titanic sank.
Spoilers for The Godfather. Don't ask me about my business, Kay.
Spoilers, Vader is Luke's father.
Okay.
God damn it.
We've done this before.
I know, yeah, we keep doing it. And
Stop
you know,
it.
speaking of Star Wars,
Yeah.
there's some news about that.
Jar Jar Binks
There's news.
is directing, right?
What?
Is that what
Jar
George?
Jar
Is that who George Lucas based Jar Jar Binks off? J.J. Abrams.
Well, JJ
JJ Jar
Jar
Jar.
Jar, come on. It's pretty obvious.
Abrams starts with an A, Binks starts with a B. It's just a progression.
Follow the money.
Speaking of money,
good.
how much money do you think was involved in like getting J.J. Abrams?
The Brinks truck?
Yeah. How much money did Disney spend to buy Lucasfilm?
Not. It was like, wasn't it like 17 billion?
No, it was like $4 billion, I think.
Oh yeah, that's 17 would be a bit much, I guess.
Wait, does Disney
yeah,
own Star
it was
Trek
not
as well,
that
or is
much.
that someone else?
Yeah, JJ Abrams, Star
Yeah.
Trek.
Does Disney own Star Trek?
No, that's Paramount. Next, he'll make The Last Starfighter 2.
Oh my god, I would totally watch that movie.
I saw that in the last half hour of that movie the other day. God, that movie
The
is
movie's great.
that movie is old. It is so old.
Yeah.
And there's that weird
That goes
subplot.
without saying.
The one thing that strikes me as really weird is that whole subplot where it's like he leaves behind like a robot version of himself who then just has
Yeah,
sex with his
beta unit.
girlfriend.
Well, no, but he can't really do that. He's like inept, so he starts like doing the remote listening to like the other couple at the lake, and it just goes badly from there.
Yeah, I
And
was.
then
I,
J.J. Abrams is going to make the
Black Hole 2.
Stargate reboot. Everything was Star in the title.
Oh, gotcha.
Starman.
he directs the Star
Do you
Man
think
2.
he'll stay on for both Star Wars and Star Trek? He'll do
Probably
both.
not.
I don't see how he can.
He's got to walk
I mean-
from Star Trek. He doesn't even like Star Trek.
Plus,
Has
made
he
the
said
best-
so?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wasn't a fan like growing up, and he made Star Trek 2009 is the best Star Wars movie that's come out in the past 25
Ever?
years.
That's what Kenzo says, that it's the best Star Wars
No,
movie.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at the plot of Star Trek 2009, it is almost exactly the same plot as the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it's all about destiny and stuff.
I mean, sure, there are like little incidental things. You know, I mean, obviously, like lightsabers in one, Klingons in the other one.
I wonder
Right.
if he will follow George Lucas with like the lightsaber fights that he did in the prequels, where it's all like super choreographed and fast and all ninja-like, or if he'll go back to like the way they used to be in the original trilogy.
Yeah, my hope is that they go back to those kind of old one-on-one, almost like saber battle type,
like a samurai fight.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what they originally based that stuff on. I mean, originally Toshiro Mifune was supposed to play Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's who George Lucas originally wanted to play that role.
Not Liam Neeson?
What?
What? No, we're talking Obi-Wan Kenobi, not
Liam Neeson would have been like 5 years old or something.
I just mix up prequels and the original trilogy a lot.
You did.
How dare you?
But,
I don't know, Star Wars doesn't mean much to me.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I really like Star Wars. I really like I like the movies that J.J. Abrams makes. I don't know how much I will care for mixing the two. But this could, for me, and especially being like a big fan of the original trilogy, this is essentially a last shot for me.
I mean, it's gotta be better than George Lucas doing another one.
Well, yeah. I think the only person that would have been better is Joss Whedon. But then he may have made it too jokey. Too many jokes. Although, there were jokes in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Yoda was funny. And not dumb like Jar Jar.
Well, and hands down, the best fight scene in any of the movies is in Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. It's Yoda and R2-D2 over the little flashlight thing.
That was pretty great.
Just fact.
Alright, can we move on?
No.
But I want to talk about games I've been playing.
I heard that you played some Max Payne.
I did. I beat Max Payne.
I heard that you liked it, but then you didn't like some stuff, but overall you liked it.
Well, I just have some really nitpicky stuff about the game, and I do mean super nitpicky. Mainly that during the cutscenes, if you try to exit the game, you can't. Like, you hit escape to bring up the menu usually, but that's only when you have direct control of Max. If it's in the middle of the cutscene, it just pauses.
And those cutscenes are super long a lot of times.
Yeah, and so it's like, sometimes if it's like, okay, I just want to quit, but I'm in the middle of a cutscene, so now I have to literally wait for the entire cutscene to play down, or I have to, alt-tab and just close it from the outside. Also, after a lot of those cutscenes, you'll be, if I have in the game you can have 2 one-handed weapons, and then 1 two-handed weapon. So basically, you could have a pistol, MAC-10, and then also maybe a shotgun. So if I roll into a cutscene while I have that shotgun equipped, it always defaults after the cutscene. You'll come out, after the cutscene, he'll go into cover, something like that, and he'll always be holding a pistol instead of the shotgun. And I have to waste time and actually, re-equipped it. I don't know why it does that.
Isn't that just hitting a direction on the D-pad or something?
It is, but still, it's like, why does that do it every time? I can understand during some cutscenes because it's like, he's falling, he loses place, or he's hanging from something, so obviously can't hold on to, two-handed weapon. That makes sense to me. But if you're just entering a door, he switches over to pistol instead. That's kind of a weird choice. Like I said, super nitpicky. Overall, the game is awesome. It looks really good. I was really happy with it. You should play X.
I played it up to the stadium, and then I got annoyed by some of the fights in the hallways in there, and then I never played it again.
Yeah,
I'll go back to it someday.
Yeah, some of the fights can be kind of like a grind. Like either you're running out of bullets, or they're coming from too many directions, and you don't have enough pills. It's kind of annoying that way. And I had to turn on the option that would highlight pickups because it's hard to pick up and see things like where all the pills are.
It's a good looking game.
It's a great looking game, especially with my new graphics card. It looks fantastic.
Stop bragging about your graphics card.
It's so good. I also played the new DLC of Borderlands.
I hear you hate that.
I would definitely say this is the worst out of the 3 that's been released so far.
But it's not like the worst of all Borderlands DLC ever, right? Because Borderlands 1 had some pretty bad DLC. One of them, anyway.
It did.
And this isn't that bad, right? This isn't just an arena fight and a bank.
Yeah. I mean, it's no Moxie DLC, but I love the area and the vista because you enter the first area and it's like this ginormous cavern. I mean, like 3-mile tall cavern. Like it's in the middle of a gigantic like mountain structure. And far away on the opposite side, you can see like an opening where you see the sky. But otherwise, you just look up and it's like a really high rock cavern. It looks awesome. And creatures are living there, and it's got new enemy types, so that's really interesting. It's got a new vehicle that's kind of like what are those things you have in Florida? The boats with the fans on them?
I'm not in Florida.
But you guys know what I'm talking about.
Airboats.
Yeah, an airboat.
Yeah, they added a new vehicle that's like that. But there's just a lot of problems. Like, it's like, why did you do this? Like, speaking of that airboat, if I was playing with Ransu, and if you have someone in the gunner seat, when they get out of the vehicle, they get out from the right side of the vehicle, jump all the way around the front bumper, and then exit on the left. It's an canned animation that takes like 3 seconds. Every time.
Well, the animations getting out of all the vehicles are kind of long.
I don't know, that one feels especially long. And then, just really annoying design choices. Like, your first hub is this lounge, and you can't, there's like no easy access to it, because it's floating in the air on kind of like a rock bridge. And you have to enter from the left side, which is like these stone stairs that take a long way to go up. And I don't know who freaking tested this, because I kept getting stuck on these stone steps in different spots. Like, I couldn't climb up them. I had to keep like running around to the left side or right side around them. And the other side is like a far cavern. It's just a lot of unfortunate things. Oh, and before we quit, we got really pissed off, because in the second area, there's a quest giver at the top of this structure, and every time you want to go back and like turn in a quest to this guy, you have to fight enemies. You guys remember in Borderlands 2, the very first thing you have to do where you save Claptrap from that captain?
Yeah.
So imagine having to do that, like fighting up that guy's place every time you want to turn in a quest.
That would be
That
annoying.
doesn't sound good.
No, it's not. Like, we just kept noticing all these small things, and I don't know, I'll report back later after I finish it, but it just does not seem that good. And it's really hard to beat the second DLC with Mr. Torg. That guy's hilarious. This one is kind of funny. Kind of. I don't know.
I need to get back to that game so bad.
Yeah, we gotta finish that with you, Totoro. You haven't even beaten it.
I think I'm halfway.
But you started something else, so I don't know if you're gonna get to it.
Yeah, I started Mass Effect 3. The game feels good. This is like really late to the party.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, the game, it's not a bad game. It just has some things that are wrong with it.
Yeah.
Did you download a big patch before you played it, or are you trying to play it the original way that I played it?
I'm going back and forth. I mean, I saw the big extended cut, like 1.8 gigs, but I kind of wanted to play it a little bit before we started recording tonight, so I didn't download that.
Do you think you're going to, or do you want to see the original ending?
I think I might watch the original ending maybe after I finish the game.
Okay.
But you're gonna play with it. You're gonna play through the game though without the edit. I mean, with the edit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, with the add-in.
I wonder if, for comparison's sake, I should play without it, because I know I'm gonna start that up very soon as well. I want to keep up with you, Totoro. Then we can talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm only about an hour in.
It's too bad you guys didn't do this a year ago.
I know.
Well,
That would have been some compelling podcast.
Yeah, well, a year ago I was in a bad place.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we move on to like Moviebox, Seamus, what have you been eating?
I've anything weird lately?
Fuck you, X.
I actually did started adding dark sugar to the stock cube on bread. It's quite nice.
X,
You
I
mean-
hate you so much. Why did you have to bring this up? Seriously.
Because so you're putting brown sugar on
With stock cube
on
on
the
bread.
bouillon? Yeah.
It's
Like
it's
it's
so nice.
salty
Oh
and
my god, it's
sweet.
amazing. Besides that, no, nothing really new. You know, I'm not always coming up with new weird recipes. So it's just sometimes I get an idea and I go through with it. But that's the newest one. Or
Well, I mean, it's like every time you eat something, and it's like, oh, gee, that was really good. No matter how weird or how like not insane it sounds, there had to be someone who tried it first.
Exactly. I'm
chocolate and peanut
blazing a
butter.
new type of food way.
I don't think you are. I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure in like 5 years, you're not going to see pre-packaged bouillon and brown sugar on bread being sold anywhere.
Yeah, but you will see people selling
But you
out of a
could.
food truck with my name on it.
You're going to go to the Seamus truck and get some heart attack food.
Seamus, if you go through with this, I will say this on the podcast. If you go through with this and make your own goddamn like truck and sell this out of a truck and you're successful, and I do mean successful, not just like getting by, I mean successful, I will fucking give you all my money.
You're going to put Dakazu on the street.
Define successful.
Does your wife know you're making this bill?
It doesn't matter, because this is never gonna happen.
Well, Ed, I'm pretty sure it's not
Really?
going to be just that. He's also going to have like hot dogs.
They still
Who doesn't
sell
like
battered
hot
Mars
dogs?
bars.
No.
Like,
Oh
so
God, hot dogs.
is this any
That
worse
leads
than a
right
battered
into
Mars
the
bar?
Moviebox.
Do they have hot dogs in Ireland?
They do, yeah.
I
You
think
just
they
don't
have
see them many
fucking hot
places.
dogs everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I was joking. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's kind of like an American thing because of baseball.
Battered
Oh,
Mars
okay.
bars succeed, so surely this can succeed.
Mars bars are good, man.
Well, battered, deep fried Mars bars.
You know what? You batter anything and fry it. That's
Good
I can
in my book.
assure you, if you batter a piece of toast that has
not toast bread.
bouillon cube, whatever, bread, and then bouillon cube spread on it along with brown sugar, it is not going to be good.
I bet it'd be better than if it wasn't fried.
Exactly. That's the point.
But I can't even think the last time I saw a Mars bar anywhere for sale.
Is Mars popular in the US?
I maybe not here.
Remind me again, which one is the Mars bar?
Almonds. I think it has almond stuff on it. Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of an Almond Joy.
No,
Almond Joy or Mounds?
Mounds.
almond joy. I don't like dark chocolate.
I like dark chocolate, but I like it's Almond Joy for me.
I don't like almonds.
Soft. In the United States, a different confection bears the Mars bar name, featuring nougat, soft caramel, and almonds covered in milk chocolate.
So what is it other places then if it's different here?
I'm trying to find out. Worldwide version. I imagine I just let Seamus tell us.
Seamus, what is it?
I have no idea. I don't know. Mars bars just taste like a Mars bar. I have no idea what an American one.
Okay, it's a chocolate bar in 1932.
But there's no almonds in it anyway.
Caramel covered.
There's no almonds in it?
No, it's just,
It sounds like it's similar to a Milky Way.
I like Milky Way.
It's just like chocolate. It's kind of like the soft chocolate,
nougat,
and there's
maybe
like a
some
harder
caramel.
chocolate on top of it, and then there's more chocolate around it. I'm doing a terrible job describing this, but there's no almonds anyway.
Why is it called a Mars bar then? Shouldn't it be like red or something if it's a Mars bar?
Well, but it was made by Forrest Mars.
Is he a Martian?
I don't know.
Actually, the same company that makes Mars bars makes Milky Ways.
Yeah, the Mars company.
Mars, yeah.
I didn't know it was the Mars company. I just thought it was a Mars bar.
I think they also make M&Ms.
Do we have to move on to Moviebox?
Unless
No.
Seamus has something else that he was eating that he just thought of.
I'm trying to. Did I tell you before about the brown sugar, raisins, salt, black pepper idea?
I don't think so.
Well,
Does this sound familiar to you guys?
I don't eat this as often, but I still sometimes do it. I get like raisins, say a handful of raisins, maybe a teaspoon of brown sugar, and then like a shake of salt, and I mix them all up and I eat them, and it's really nice.
I'm thinking about a Milky Way or something.
Sometimes I take a broken light bulb and I put it on bacon and then I eat it.
How's that?
But I don't think that would taste more painful than nice.
Well, it still sounds as crazy to some of the stuff you're suggesting.
It's because you're just closed-minded about food.
Maybe there's things I don't like.
He called you out.
You should
Well,
just
I
take
also
like
I did try your bouillon on bread. We can go back to episode whatever and listen to it. We all tried it.
you were like, it's not great.
And
Which is
then the
fair
more
enough.
I ate of it, the more bad it got. I actually finished the whole thing. I think I was the only one to do that.
No, I
Episode
finished it.
25. I'll talk. Go listen to it.
Oh man, that was like half a year ago.
Yeah?
It's worth it just for Dakazu's reaction. It sounded like he was getting sick.
Yes.
It's terrible.
It sounded like someone was offending him greatly.
See, it would have been a whole lot worse if it was just the bullying cube. The bread is like meant to make it go down.
Yeah. Dakazu, go get a bouillon cube and eat it.
Well, you can't eat a bullying cube. You have to like nibble on it, because if you put the whole thing in your mouth,
I hate
it really
you guys
fuck
so
up your
much.
Just put the whole thing in your mouth and then get some like warm water and make some like soup in your mouth.
Sounds terrible. Let's move on to Moviebox.
Speaking of hot dogs.
Speaking of
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
And that was Moviebox.
Yeah, can we just
Who's
wrap
up
it
next?
up?
I think you need to read Kevin's pre-taped statement or whatever. He wrote something,
He didn't
I
send
think.
me one,
He said
so we can just end this.
he said he was going to.
He did, but he never sent it to me, so we can just end this.
Okay. I think Kevin would say something along the lines of, "It was pretty good. I liked it because it had hot dogs." And that was Kevin.
And Kevin, I like hot dogs because I'm really high right now.
Okay, so what did you guys think of the movie other than it being bad? Which I knew no one was going to like this movie going in.
I actually thought it was, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's like Shakespeare or anything, but it's like, I could think of, definitely there are worse ways to spend an hour and 40 minutes.
Better or worse than Dead Metal Rising?
Better?
Oh, yeah, better than
Infinitely
Valhalla
better?
Rising.
Really?
I didn't watch.
I would
I
say
thought it was.
I would say this is not the worst movie box pick of this current round. I would say there are a couple movies so far that are worse than this. One of them may have been picked by Totoro.
Oh, come on. Never mind, I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, you definitely seem to
I
be
don't
on
know.
not well acclaimed movies by all of you.
Hey,
This
I
round,
picked
yeah.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I picked UHF.
Also, that wasn't really critically acclaimed.
Yeah, but it was still more entertaining. Did we even say the name of Kevin's movie?
Dylan Dog, Dead of Night.
Which featured a character named Gabriel, and so like throughout the whole movie I was thinking Gabriel Knight.
I kept thinking to myself, this would make a really great TV show. Probably way better than this movie turned out. And I was like, oh yeah, it did. It's called Angel. Angel has the exact same plot, except the main character is a vampire.
Yeah.
It's also way better.
I was thinking that this would be a lot better if this was a TV show, and the guy, instead of being a zombie, he was a werewolf, and then I remembered that would be being human.
I don't think that
Maybe
he's
it's
a
not the same.
private detective.
No, he's not.
But I thought the zombie sidekick was actually one of the only enjoyable parts of the movie.
Yeah, who was it that I could have exchanged Brandon Ralph with, like,
Anyone? Because he
Anyone.
was
A wall?
so wooden and like the worst actor.
I think I felt like someone, like, I was, like, as I was watching it, I kept picturing, like, I want to see John Barrowman in this role.
I kept thinking, I want to see David Boreanaz, and then I said, oh wait, Angel.
That's Angel.
I don't know. I don't remember him being that bad in, like,
Superman?
or, his small role in
Chuck?
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, yeah.
Well, I remember when, in that scene towards the end, where he yells, no, don't, or something like that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Oh my god, there were so many of those scenes, like, just, like, really, like, big, giant bursts of, like, horrible acting. I was like, what?
It's like when he's just like interacting with someone, it's like tolerable, but then when it's like that, where he has to scream something out, it's so bad.
And the plot and the pacing, it's just like, okay, so now you're gonna sleep with her? Why? Just cause? Okay.
This is based on a comic, but I think it would have been a better movie. It was just based on the zombie sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Him dealing with being a zombie like that. I think it would have been better if he was the sidekick.
I thought Taye Diggs as the vampire boss he was okay. It's Taye Diggs.
Yeah. He wasn't in the movie very much.
No, it's just a lot of bad things that were not, so bad that they were funny. It was just kind of bad.
And something that I noticed is if he wouldn't have gotten involved, everything would have turned out way better in the plot of that movie.
I don't want to talk about the plot and the story because it felt like all over the fucking place.
Well, because they got him and then he ended up leading them right to the thing they're looking for, and then he fights the big monster at the end and gets the crap kicked out of him, and then Kurt Angle werewolf has to come and save him, and then the lady gets killed killing the monster, and he does nothing. He didn't do a thing.
That lady was terrible too. That was such a weird ass accent she was doing.
It went like all over the place.
But this movie was kind of ridiculous too, because like when what's his face went to the place to order food, it's like, we got you covered, and then they try to give him a maggot burger and a normal hot dog, and then he takes the hot dog.
Well, see, that's the thing. It was really entertaining to watch him.
Yeah, I think
that was about it.
He had more screen presence than anyone else in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say. I had seen this movie before, so I can enjoy it for being what it is, a terrible movie, and I like some bad movies. But I knew for a fact that most of you guys were not going to like this movie.
It's just that, like I said, it
just kind of exists.
Yeah, it's not that it's like so terrible that it's funny or entertaining. It's just.
I mean, I would give it like a solid 6 out of 10.
I'd go 5.
Well, can we do halves? Because I would probably go like 5.5 or so.
Sure.
And I would just round it up to 6. So
I would just give it a 4. It's under average for me.
I mean, it's like I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
It could have been better.
I don't know.
If it would have been written better and acted better, and directed better, with better pacing and better editing. But other than that, it was really good. Seamus, what do you think? Or did you not see it?
I watched it the first 15 minutes and I was like, I'm done with this movie.
See, that's the thing. After I finished it, I was like, I fucking wasted an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I tried watching it and I kept getting sidetracked because I knew what this movie was and I didn't really want to rewatch it, but I did.
Don't get me wrong, I was playing FTL the entire time I was watching it, and I still felt like my time was being wasted.
I did fall asleep at one point. But that's because, well,
You've been working.
I've been working. So, and I was like, I'm sitting down for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to watch a movie. And about, I don't know, it was about half hour in, there was like talking going on, and I was like, okay, I don't think I've like flat out fell asleep, but I closed my eyes for a good 5 minutes.
You probably missed something super important.
I don't know.
I really wish I had Kevin's comments, but I don't. So I'm sorry, Kevin. You didn't send me your comments.
I gave you his comments. Hot dogs.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, hot dogs, guys. I love hot dogs because I'm high.
Worms aren't so bad. So, next Moviebox pick is Bob, right?
No!
What?
I know, we're skipping him. Bob, you are being skipped. I know he's outraged.
He should
be. Is he being skipped? Or is he being
punching?
delayed?
He's kicking his desk right now.
Well, he's not being skipped.
What?
He's getting bumped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're delayed.
Because it's not like he's not getting a pick. We wouldn't do that to you, Bob. Or would we?
So why are we bumping him or delaying him? Or
well, I think it's because we want to give me another pick.
No, it's because next week is going to be our 1-year anniversary. We've been podcasting for a whole fucking year, and we're still going.
How?
I don't know.
Well, we have all those listeners that are demanding it.
Hi, A-Pants Mom.
And A-Pants.
Got it going on.
So, yeah, because it's our 1-year anniversary, I asked someone to join us as a special guest, and that is Ryan Higgins. He'll be joining us for our 1-year anniversary.
That is a special guest. He was on the final episode of All Talk Watches Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Also known as our most downloaded episode.
The Higgins bump.
Yep.
The Higgins bump. But because he's joining us, I asked him if he would like to just jump in and do a movie box pick. And we would bump Bob to the week afterwards.
I don't know if Bob is going to take this.
I'm telling you, he's kicking his desk.
I think...
Well, that depends on what Higgins picked.
That's true.
Okay,
if he picked a horror movie, then I think Bob is going to be okay with it.
So Higgins' pick is 24-Hour Party People.
What?
Okay, is this the movie with... Wait,
Steve Coogan?
I'm thinking of Party Monster. Never mind.
No, this is starring Steve Coogan.
Otherwise known as Surge from Beverly Hills Cop. Right?
And it's...
Wait, no, that's not him.
No.
But that guy is in it, right?
Not sure.
It looks like him on the box art.
Oh, Steve Coogan, he was in Tropic Thunder. He was the director that went.
Yeah, I know who he
Kablooey.
is.
He's
in
I'm
a lot of stuff.
for any English or Irish viewers.
He was in Hot Fuzz, I believe.
Mhm,
Yeah, he was one of the
really short role. Commissioners, police commissioners, or something like that.
like lieutenants or something. He was the guy who was in there at the same time as Martin Freeman.
Yeah, and Bill Nighy.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah, but this movie, 24-Hour Party People. In 1976, Tony Wilson sets up Factory Records and brings Manchester's music to the world. Unfortunately, this is not a Netflix movie, so you might have to, do some stuff to get it.
Wait,
So-
you guys, Andy Serkis is in this movie.
Holy shit.
That's Gollum. Are you sure that Higgins didn't think he was picking Lord of the Rings because of Andy Serkis?
I don't believe so.
Oh, this also has Patty Considine in it.
That's not Gollum.
No, but he's another guy.
So there you go. Ryan Higgins' pick for Moviebox next week will be our 1-year anniversary.
John Sim is also in it.
Oh, yeah.
You might know him as the Master.
Or as, what was his name in that show? Sam Tyler. Which, ironically, okay, so Sam Tyler in Life on Mars. Okay, so they had the writer of the show had the name Sam, and at the time his daughter was watching the new Doctor Who, and she really liked Rose Tyler, so they used the same last name. There's your random trivia fact of the day.
And we're going to wrap up on that. I want to remind people that there's still time to sign up for the trophy contest that we're doing. You want to go to forums, the Geekbox forums at forums.geekbox.net. Find the thread under the games discussions, and just sign up, because in February, once February starts, it's going to be happening. And there are prizes. Right, X? You're going to give up some games for prizes?
Dota 2. Maybe some others. Definitely Dota 2.
Multiple copies of Dota
but
2. I have at least 12 to give away.
I think we all do.
I think everyone that participates may get a copy of Dota 2. Just for
Whether
participating.
they want it or not.
We will force you to take Dota 2.
If you want to have a chance to win, you have to take a copy of Dota 2.
Yeah, but after this episode goes up, it's going to be like the next day, because February is going to be around the corner. So, yeah, go sign up. It's your last chance.
But you guys know Bob is going to win, right?
Because he won the achievement contest?
He did. He's very sneaky. He's like an achievement ninja.
When he's pissed off about being bumped.
Yes, he's going to take it out on everyone.
Yeah, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, if you'd like to be on the podcast, don't worry about... You can still PM us on the forums, but it's probably easier if you just want to tweet us at alltalk podcast and send us emails at podcast@alltalkpodcast.com. Is that right?
See?
Okay.
Dakazu, read any tweet you send us.
Oh my gosh, no. I want to thank Seamus for being with us this week. Also, special guest Stumble. Come join our Mumble server where we hang out. We're getting some new people, and it's nice. We play video games. We'll be doing more live streams. We're trying to get kind of a fix on what days that we're doing live streams. I think Thursday nights for now.
Yeah.
Thursday night throwdown. That'll be it for it.
Maybe we shouldn't do Thursday nights, because we're competing then directly with other people that will get way more pull.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You'll see, you'll hear messages and announcements from us.
I'm definitely live streaming the TF2 game nights.
Yes, I was going to bring that up. Join game nights. We have a TF2 server.
Or if you can't join, watch the live stream. It'll be like you're there playing as me.
Yeah, come for the conversation. Besides that, don't forget to subscribe to us and review us on iTunes and Zune and Stitcher. Listen to the other podcasts, like the Geekbox, Comic Conspiracy, the Comedy Button podcast, and Good Job Brain as well. And look forward to a special episode next week, a 1-year reunion with special guest Ryan Higgins. That just about wraps it up. Did I say reunion? I'm sorry. 1 year anniversary. So.
Wait, who was on the very first episode?
Who was on first?
Because we could do a reunion and have all those people back.
What's on second?
There's a long cast.
I don't know.
You just reminisce about the last 12 months and all that happened. How your media empire is going.
It's gonna be a clip show.
Oh God, no! That sounds like work.
It could be a fake clip show, like on Community,
where we just make up sections.
Yeah. Like, hey, remember when? And then you'll do a fake flashback noise, and then we'll just make up new conversations.
It's like there was that other fake eating stuff I had you do.
Yeah, and then we'll actually eat it.
If you eat the raisins and brown sugar and salt,
I have
give you
all those
my
things.
money.
Dakazu was liking this idea.
I'm really not. Okay, we're gonna end it. Thanks for listening. I love you.